day you were looking for your husband, you found him.
And so lost him.
Cupid is such a mischievous boy. I could have warned you he's not marriage material. He's had many wives like you. Do you know what happened to all of them?
They died.
And he was grief-stricken every time.
Mortal women are just that, mortal.
Do you think it makes me happy to see him suffer so every time each and every bride dies?
Your son is so wonderful that no woman could turn down his marriage proposal.
And you, like all of them, could not keep one little promise to him. Like them, you are not fit to be his wife.
Without seeing him for who he truly is, how could I ever see beyond the dazzle of his beauty? For 2 months, I have been everywhere seeing who Cupid is. How at exactly the right moments in the right places he unites yearning hearts. No matter that he is hurt and angry that I betrayed him, he never fails to bring the greatest joy to the human heart. The joy of true love's union.
It is true love that I want for my son, not someone really dazzled by his beauty.
Venus, I admit that at first I was merely infatuated with Cupid. That such a man would find me attractive was intoxicating to me. Especially as every man I had ever been interested in turned me aside for one of my sisters. But ever since I have gotten to see what Cupid does, I have fallen deeply, deeply in love with his true self.
Your sisters say that he is a snake, that he breaks hearts. He does break hearts. Many.
I saw him break a heart. But I also have some familiarity with the man who wanted to marry the woman Cupid shot the lead arrow into. I believe Cupid saved her life. Some men prey on women and Cupid saves them from this. Saves men too.
And I am trying to save my son. You will one day die, Sophie. And then what of my son?
Isn't that for Cupid to decide? Whether to risk his heart that way?
What do you know about it? You won't be there to see him suffer. You'll be dead. I will have to watch him suffer. And when Cupid grieves, all men turn from love. You didn't know that, did you?
No, I did not. But knowing Cupid, he'll work all the harder to unite men with the women they are destined to love.
He becomes utterly exhausted.
Please, Venus Amore, allow me to be reunited with my husband.
When a supplicant asks me like that, I must do something to answer her plea. I must at least give you a chance. You force me to.
I would be grateful for any chance to be reunited with my husband.
You cannot mean this. It is better that you two are parted.
Merciful Venus, please allow me to be reunited with my husband.
It is not my wish.
She asked you 3 times, managing to avoid Cupid's name in her request. When a supplicant asks 3 times for her lawful wedded husband to be returned to her, you must help her. She must at least be given a chance.
Harmony. Hush.
I won't hush. Just as she admitted 3 times out loud that Cupid Amor, son of Venus, was her husband, brought their marriage to your attention. So her plight must have your attention when she comes to you in supplication and asks for her husband's return properly 3 times.
Very well. Sophie Ida, take this box to Persephone, wife of the Lord of the Dead, and tell her that Venus requires a loan of her beauty. The Lady of the Dead will place her beauty in this box, and you must bring it back to me in gift. If you can manage to accomplish this, then you may find Cupid to ask him to return to you and your marriage.
Thank you, Venus. Thank you.
Usually I'm greeted by my mother when I return from the land of the dead to fill the land with flowers. Who are you, mortal?
I am Sophie, wife of Cupid Amor. I have come to ask a favor of you on behalf of Venus.
Why do you ask for a favor for Venus?
My husband and I have been separated. Venus says that if you will lend her your beauty, she will allow me to see my husband, to ask him to return to me.
Ah, this is an old story. Venus must be up to her tricks again. You know, all of Cupid's wives have died young.
So I figured.
Let's sit down together and enjoy this beautiful morning. Most of the women go down the cave to the land of the dead to meet me. You are the first to wait for my return on May Day.
All of the stories say that you return to the living earth each year. And what better day for an eternal maiden to return than on May Day?
Is that the box to carry my beauty?
Yes, it is.
You know, this gift of my beauty is, frankly, deadly. If I give it to you in this box, you must under no circumstances open the box.
I truly understand that I must not open the box.
You seem awfully smart. But what if you become curious about what is really inside of the box? Or what if you become greedy, desiring the beauty for yourself?
What I want is my husband back. He sees beauty in every woman in love. I am in love with him, so I can't be greedy for more beauty to please him. But I think he did want a curious wife. Not the sort of curiosity which leads to nowhere, but the sort of curiosity that will make you think a problem out to its solution, no matter how convoluted that solution might be. Only a curious wife would eventually need to see him for who he really was, as Psyche did. Only a curious wife would need to know what he did with all his free time, as I did.
But why would he want a curious wife? Half the gods thought Pandora was nothing but trouble.
Cupid wanted a curious wife because he is so dazzling. It's hard to get beyond the dazzle, hard to see who he really is. My men students taught me that women don't always look to see who their man is. We simply assume he is a certain way because he is so outwardly wonderful. So, I was curious, and I followed him. And even though he hid from me, I continued to follow him, and I saw more of what he did. And in so doing, I finally figured out who he was.
Who is he?
My sweet love.
I say the exact same thing about my husband. Although everybody else denies it and they can't see it. You'll have to meet him sometime.
I'm sure I will.
True, but no worries. My husband and I are very happy with Cupid. We want to help him find happiness and love. We owe him.
There is one thing which concerns me.
What is that?
If I bring this box back to Venus, what would happen to her? Does she have to open it merely because she asked for it?
That is something for you to be worried about, but you really won't open the box, will you?
Oh, rest assured about that. Pardon the pun.
Sophie, in this box, I give you the gift of my beauty. Take it to Venus as she requested.
Thank you, Persephone.
But I do remind you, you must never open the box.
Don't worry, I won't.